Welcome to the Film Spectrum. Today we're going to look at the opening of Hitchcock's Rear Window, which is not a movie about movies as you would think, like Sunset Boulevard or The Player or something actually about Hollywood. But I still think this is one of the greatest examples of a movie about movies because here we have a bunch of movie screens within movie screens. The actual screen that you're looking at, the borders of the frame, are Hitchcock's window, if you will, his movie screen. Within that screen, you have that giant window that we just moved through there in the opening. And then outside of that, we have all these individual windows of this Greenwich Village neighborhood that you see here. So each one of those acts as an individual movie screen as well. And the main character, played by Jimmy Stewart, will basically, with his eyes, act as the film's director as he looks from window to window. It's like an editor cutting. Now here we meet the main character and see the sweat bead going down his head, followed by the high temperature. So that pretty much explains why all these windows are open, which is pretty important to the plot. Now here we meet a struggling, starving artist, basically a musician, which is one of the alternate futures here, a possible future for Jimmy Stewart. Just like all the characters in the neighborhood, one represents a possible future for Stewart. There we have a happily married couple, which kind of represents the ho-hum life of marriage. While here we have the lure of the ultimate single life with the topless ballet dancer doing what she's doing. Note that on top of her roof we have birds, kind of like the stuffed birds in Norman Bates' parlor, and obviously the birds from The Birds. Hitchcock liked referring to his women as birds. Now in the alleyway we have a dog that will feature prominently later in the plot. As we move through here, we pass a few more windows and we come back in here. Now watch as Hitchcock explains, all in this single take here, everything you need to know about the main character. We see he has a cast. We find out his name. So here lies the broken bones of L.B. Jeffries. So now how did he get that? Well, there's a smashed camera, so he must have been in some kind of accident as a photographer. And lo and behold, there's a photo of race cars and more adventurous stuff. So apparently he broke it in some kind of photojournalism career where he's in the line of danger a lot of times. And now we get a negative photo of Grace Kelly. Now what's that? It's because he views her as negative, as you'll find out later in the film. And there she is again, the love interest of the film and the woman he needs to learn to love and appreciate rather than looking out of his rear window.